Hi, native English speaker here, but for some reason, I just love watching YouTube videos about how to learn English. And it seems like every time I load up my YouTube homepage, there's another video telling me to stop doing something. Stop learning vocabulary, don't learn grammar, and stop saying these 10 words. Now, for whatever reason, this style of video seems to get a lot of views. And of course, that's why YouTubers do it. But is it good advice? Is it a good way to teach? And most importantly for you, is it a good way to learn English? Well, for me, it's got to be a balance. From the perspective of the teacher, if nobody clicks my video, then nobody's going to benefit from my amazing teaching skills. So we need to make thumbnails and titles that are attractive and intriguing. But we've also got to match that with quality content that gives our viewers value. This isn't an individual attack on any of my English teaching YouTuber brothers and sisters. I think sometimes they have a point, but sometimes this style of video can be misleading for the sake of getting views. Let's look at a few examples I've found recently. Don't say good, say amazing. I get this. It's a spectacularly marvelous methodology for ameliorating your English. It's all about leveling up your basic vocabulary. Good? No. Amazing. Tired? Exhausted. Happy? Absolutely thrilled. The problem is, nobody speaks like that all the time. Well, maybe the Americans. Everything's always awesome. High five. But seriously, it suggests that English speakers don't say good, nice, not bad 99% of the time, which of course we do. Good is a good word. It's not basic A1 English, it's just English. All of these words, stupendous, marvelous, fantastic, amazing, are valuable, great to learn and practice, especially if you're taking a speaking test where you've got to demonstrate a high level of vocabulary, but certainly never to the point where you would stop using good, bad, happy, sad, hot, cold. These words are the bread and butter, the foundations of real English communication, and we need them in our lives. I might go round to my mum and dad's at the weekend. How's the chicken, son? Oh yeah, it's really nice, thanks. How was your week? Yeah, not bad. I finished that big project in Leeds. How's the channel going? Oh, absolutely phenomenal. Sometimes it's appropriate. Let's take another example. Don't learn vocabulary. Well, everyone knows that you have to learn vocabulary. Vocabulary is just words. It's the building blocks of the language. We need vocabulary to say absolutely everything that we want to say. So it's bad advice, right? Well, it depends. If you're just prioritizing learning lists of words, then you might struggle to use them in context, or struggle to understand when somebody else is trying to communicate with you. It might be more useful to focus on other areas of English, patterns for example. We might listen to somebody planning their day and actively listen for repeating patterns. Right, today I've got to go to the shops, then I've got to pick up the kids from school, and then I've got to cook the dinner. Did you hear that repeating pattern for things that I must do? I've got to, I've got to, I've got to. Well, we can identify it and analyse it. Subject plus have plus got to plus verb. And then we can practice it with different exercises to make sure we can use the structure. Something like rearrange this. Has, pass, she, to, test, English, got, the. And you rearrange that to she's got to pass the English test. And then we'll practice in context. I'll say, would you like to go out on Friday night? And you have to reject me with a list of excuses. No, sorry, I've got to. No, sorry, I can't come out. I've got to walk the dog. Or, no, sorry, I've got to wash my hair. Or, I can't come, sorry, I've got to call my granny. There are lots of patterns of this type that you'll recognise. I've got to plus verb for things you must do. Have you ever plus past participle to ask about experiences, and why not plus verb to make suggestions. And you can have hours of fun practicing with each one. So maybe don't learn vocab could be reframed as don't just learn vocab. It's not the only important element. try practicing some of these useful patterns as well. Not the most viral thumbnail. And remember, if nobody clicks, then nobody learns about the really cool patterns. So it has got to be a balance. Difficult. The next video I found with a big cross through it said, don't say thank you, say these instead. And then a big list of words with everything from thanks and cheers to I'm eternally grateful. Okay, great to have a nice collection of ways to say thank you. Cheers, thanks, nice one. How can I ever repay you? But along with the shortened version, thanks, thank you is a staple of the English language. Again, it's not basic A1, well, it is basic, but it's not exclusively for basic A1 English. It's just English and we use thank you all the time. You can't go wrong with a thank you. Now, maybe enemy number one of the English teachers is nice. And I think the English teaching world has given the word nice a really bad reputation. Now, there are plenty of don't say nice videos out there, but this nice hating has been going on for a lot longer than YouTube's been around. I remember being confused as a kid when we were on a family holiday abroad and we were eating in this restaurant and the owner came over to ask if we liked the food. I probably said something like, yeah, it was nice, thanks. And this guy was all offended. And I remember my dad whispered to me, it's because you said nice. If you don't say it's delicious, they think you hated it. So I quickly corrected myself. Yes, I mean, delicious. So they've been teaching this stuff for years. There are dusty old textbooks from years ago with these scales of good. They start with terrible, then bad, then nice, then good, then amazing. And it gives the impression that nice is this boring, mediocre, nothing word. And that just doesn't do nice justice. Nice is a nice word. It's versatile too. How was the meal? It was nice enough, but I don't think I'd go back. How was the meal? It was really nice, probably the best meal I've had all year. And you can use it on its own. I've just got my new car. Nice. Nice. So unless these videos are stop making these grammatical errors or don't make these common mistakes and they deal with genuine mistakes, then I'd treat them with caution. Of course, they may still contain useful information, but I'd be wary of anything offering oversimplified solutions to the complicated business of language learning. If you found this interesting, I think you might enjoy this video too.